I only want 2,000. 2,000 you are not willing to give me? You won't earn it yourself. Why should I give it to you? After receiving so many scholarships, what can I do with some? Can you make a face? Louds is shameless as long as money. Give Louds a money. Chung Luo Xian didn't want to say more, quickly left, but was dragged back by the other party. Don't give a penny to Lousy. Just want to go? Do you think there is such a good thing in the world? I have plenty of time to spend with you. You let me pick up my cell phone first. I lost it. Chung Luo Xian slowed down the tone. The phone? Oh, what does it matter if you lose your cell phone? Give me 2,000 yuan and buy you a new one when I win, said the man. I knew in one day that you would bet on it sooner or later. Give me the money quickly. Don't be so fucking nonsense. I have no money. No money? I have seen the list issued by your school, the National Academic Excellence Scholarship, 50,000 yuan. His mother won't give me 2,000 yuan for so much money. Bring it to you? Give it to you in a few minutes, and you'll lose. I would rather donate it to the children in the mountains to study. Fuck your mother. Don't you owe it? If you dare to hit me, shout. Yo, you shout loudly, so that the whole Mingda people will know what kind of birth their student union president is, as long as you are not afraid of losing face. You. Chung Luo Xian clenched the root of his teeth. The night was dark, and the wind was cool. Passing students caught a glimpse of them and cast strange eyes. When Chung Luo Xian was thinking about how to get rid of the present, he saw Anna coming quickly, followed by a uniformed security uncle. The people behind Chung Lixin frowned and turned to run. 3 security guards immediately came from different directions. Asterisk. More than 10 minutes later, Mingda's security office. Which student are you from? Chung and Anna both signed and filled in the department. Only one other person did not leave the form for a long time. Uncle Security stared at him tightly. Say, Uncle Security didn't have such a good temper and curled up his fist and knocked hard on the table. You ask her. The other party looked like a scoundrel and made a little bit of Chung Luo Xian with his chin. Anna sat on the side, her eyes on the range and the man, and suddenly felt that they looked a little alike. At this moment, Chung Lixin made a noise. Uncle, he is not our Mingda. After a few seconds, the words were finished. He is my brother. The man was indeed Cheng's brother, named Chengyong. Chung Luoxin did not puncture the fact that Chengyong asked her for money in front of the security guard. It was not that she was soft-hearted and wanted to protect Chengyong, but that when the security guard arrived at the scene, he only witnessed Chengyong pulling her. This did not constitute a criminal case in law, and only judged that there was a contradiction between them. This contradiction will also be classified as a family matter. The security guard can only educate Chengyong at most, and the essence will not change anything. Chung Luo Xian just said that she and her brother were quarreling and nothing else happened. She really didn't want to make this matter a big deal, so that the whole school knew that she had a rogue gambling ghost brother. Is a family what words can't say. Besides, you are not a student of Ming University. You can't stay in Ming University. After signing, you should leave quickly. Uncle Security has no good face to Chengyong. Chengyong nodded in agreement and was sent out by a security guard. Soon after Chengyong left, Anna and Chung also continued to leave. Walking out of the security office, Anna called Chung Luo Xian. Hello. She trotted over and took out something from her bag and handed it to Chung Lixin. Your cell phone. This is the phone that fell to the ground in the past. At that time, she actually left it on purpose to find an excuse to escape from Chengyong. I didn't expect this little machine to come in handy. What's more, it will be found by Anna. The moonlight was very light and the street lamp was not bright enough. Anna felt that Chung Lixin's face had lost a lot of energy and the confidence in her eyes was gone, which was completely different from usual. She vaguely felt that Chung Lixin had hidden something just now, but she wanted to live to be 103 years old like Xiao Ming's grandfather, so she didn't mind her own business and was ready to leave after giving her mobile phone. Chung Luoxin shouted at her. Anna. Anna turned back. Ah. Chung Luo Xian walked slowly next to her. Thank you. Anna, you're welcome. Chung Luoxin was silent for a while and said, Do you have time?
Can I talk to you?
What do you want to talk about? Anna hesitated and nodded. Yes. She didn't know Chung at all, but she actually noticed Chung from the beginning of her freshman year. No way. Chung Luoxin is so outstanding that even if she doesn't pay attention, people around her will often talk about her, just as she has a lot of people talking about her. So, she is still very curious about Chung Luo Xian. The two of them magically walked together. My brother came to school to ask me for money. Chung Luo Xian confessed to Anna. Do you owe your brother money? Anna asked subconsciously. It's not. He wanted to ask me for money to play. Chung Luoxin comes from a small village in Xiang Town, Xicheng. His grandparents are farmers, and their parents farm in their hometown. Cheng's original name was Chung Meili. Since she was a child, she disliked her name. In her second year of high school, she took the initiative to steal her family's household registration book and went to the county government. The government applied to change her name and changed it to the present Chung Luoxin. Chung Luoxin's parents are very patriarchal and always think that their daughter will get married sooner or later, so they only give Chung Luoxin's brother Chung Yon what is good since childhood. She is like a burden to the family. Also, because of his parents' preference and pampering, Chung Yon got a lot of bad habits. He couldn't go on reading books in junior high school and fooling around with friends one day. Cheng's parents gradually realized their preference and broke their son's provision, but it was too late. In this environment, Chung Luo Xian knew that only reading can change fate, so he worked very hard from an early age. She thought that if she got into Mingcheng, she could get rid of her patriarchal parents and her gambling-addicted brother, but Chung Yon came to the school several times and asked her for money, because he knows she gets a generous scholarship every year. Chung Luo Xian said slowly, My brother is used to laziness and is not willing to work hard to do serious business. He thinks about getting rich overnight all day long. Every time he loses, he asks his family for money. Anna heard, heart full of shock. See, Chung Luoxin's eyes suddenly changed. This kind of life is too far away from her. I always feel that this is not something that can only be seen on newspapers and TV. For a moment, Anna couldn't say a word. This is disgusting. Your brother should be arrested. The air was quiet for a while, and Anna's anger came slowly to her mind. If she had a brother like that, she'd be devastated. Yes, I really want to call the police if the police can punish an unworthy brother. Anna suddenly felt that she had just said a word of nonsense. Anna paused and said, How old is your brother? Chung Luoxin, 3 years old. Anna, then he is about the same age as me, and maybe he can mend his ways. You think of some way to talk to him and stop gambling. I can't say. He is that virtue. Dogs can't change to eat excrement. Chung Luoxin paused. Are you about the same age as my brother? Yes, I am 22 years old this year. Chung Luoxin said so many family ugliness. Anna also opened her heart, like girls exchanging secrets hidden in their hearts and not wanting to be known. I actually went back to school for 2 years before I was admitted to Mingda. Then, I was suspended from school for a year because of a car accident in junior high school, so I was older than the students of the same class. She is a child in front of Alan, but in front of her roommates, she is actually a 3-year-old elder sister. However, because her psychological age is not so mature, she has been with each other for a long time. Everyone can hardly remember that she is 3 years older than them. Chung Luoxin turned to look at Anna. Anna's skin is in such good condition that there is no flaw on her face. She has thick eyebrows and big eyes, and she is charming and young. She can't see that she is 3 years older than everyone else. Don't believe it? Then I don't believe what you just told me. You are selling miserably, said Anna. I don't believe it. Chung Luo Xian suddenly feel a little cute. Anna is how to return a responsibility. Anna pulled back to the previous topic. Then stay away from your brother, and he'll come to you again. You can call the security office directly. Chung Luoxin nodded. The air quieted down. After the meeting, Chung Luoxin suddenly said, I'm sorry that day. I shouldn't have said that to you that day, that question. Nothing is simple. Chung Luoxin wrote. Anna responded to what she was doing waving her hand without so-called. It doesn't matter, I forgot. Chung Luoxin said, My brother kept sending messages asking me for money that day. I was very upset, and then I was biased against you, so my tone was not so good. Anna once again felt sick to Cheng Luoxin's gambler brother. After a few seconds, "Hey, are you biased against me?" "It's not biased," Cheng Luoxin confessed. "That is, I'm actually a little envious and jealous of you." "I envy you, right? I took the exam twice before I got into Mingda, but I heard that you were the top student in the college entrance examination in your place," said Anna. She has always been jealous of Cheng Luoxin's talent and intelligence. If she can have it, maybe she will have confidence in her marriage with Alan. "Cheng Luoxin, my family is poor, so I will study so hard. If I work harder, it is not difficult to be the top student in the college entrance examination." "Not sisters, learning is also the need for talent. I'm working hard, too," said Anna. "Less than 1/10 of mine, right? People will slack off, and so will I, but if you say so, because there is no pressure in life, you can actually do whatever you want when you don't want to work hard, but I can't. Every time I want to be lazy, I will tell myself that once you relax, there is no way to change your fate." Anna and Cheng Luoxin ate together in the South District canteen and then went back to the library to study. The two learned that at 10:30, the library would be closed before they agreed to leave the library. "Do you want to review together tomorrow?" Cheng Luoxin asked her. Anna said, "Can I'll take a seat for you. You can get up later." Cheng Luoxin rode. "Wait a minute." Anna took out her cell phone and operated it on the screen. The law school is divided into 3 classes. Cheng Luoxin and Anna are in the same class. Cheng Luoxin is the monitor of the class. She basically added WeChat to all the students in the class, so Anna also has her WeChat. Cheng Luoxin felt his mobile phone vibrate and found Anna pulling her into a small group. There are only 3 people in this small group. She, Anna, and Han Ranxue. This group is called Taking Turns to Occupy Seats. It's really a straightforward name that is not fresh and refined at all. Anna said, "Then you will account for it tomorrow." It's Han Ranxue's turn the day after tomorrow. Cheng Luoxin, "Why did you end up?" Anna, "Because I'm the biggest." Anna, "Respect the old and love the young." Anna thought a lot on the way back to her small apartment. She suddenly felt that she had lived too easily since she was a child, so she regarded her love for Alan as a big worry. Compared with Cheng Luoxin, she is already very happy. So, even if you can't have Alan all the time, it's okay. A girl's world can hold many things, not only love. Anna returned home, only to open a circle of warm yellow light belt. The light was not bright, and she did not notice that there were more people in the house. The phone beeped. Anna took it out and saw that it was Han Ranxue, who talked about her privately. Han Ranxue, "What is the situation?" Han Ranxue, "Pull the wrong person?" Anna, "That's right. A great God will take us to review in the future." Han Ranxue, "Aren't you not going to deal with it?" Panda Man Bowl holding chopsticks expression bag, JPG. Cheng Luoxin told her that what happened today would be kept secret for her. She didn't want everyone to know that she had such a brother. Anna would be ashamed to have such a gambler brother. She nodded her head and promised not to say anything. Anna, "Which have not to deal." Anna, "Am I such a stingy person?" Han Ranxue, "I always feel that I am caught between the two of you, which is a bit strange." On the left is the great god of Ming University, and on the right is the famous school flower of Ming University. Let her this ordinary little salted fish, how can... Anna, "The core values of socialism." Anna is chatting with Han Ranxue and feels a heat in her cheek. A round thing stuck to her face. Alan appeared at some unknown time, holding an egg in his hand against her cheek, and looking at her with a pair of dark eyes that appeared deeper in the dim light, as if there was no land at the corners of his eyes. "When did you come?" asked Anna. "Not long." Alan rode. He knew that the little girl went to the library to review every day during the exam week these days, so he didn't ask her why she came back late. Anna said, "Oh," without saying anything, ready to take a bath and go to bed. When she passed the living room, she saw 2 boiled eggs and a box of green spring rolls on the tea table. What a nuisance! Ellen is bringing her supper again. Boiled eggs and spring rolls are low-fat foods that won't get fat if eaten at night. Anna frowned lightly and struggled at the door of the room for half a day, frowning. Finally, she honestly stepped open her legs, knelt down on the soft pure wool carpet in front of the sofa, and opened the transparent lid of the box of spring rolls. Ellen didn't eat with her, pulled off his tie, and went to the bathroom. Halfway through the meal, Anna suddenly felt a little uncomfortable in her stomach, and with a bad premonition, she put down her chopsticks, shuffled her slippers, and hurried towards the toilet. Alan was taking a quick shower. He was wrapped in a bath towel and came out of the bathroom. He heard H coming from the toilet next door. A sound. His face changed slightly. Alan went to the toilet door and tapped on the toilet door. Pear, what's the matter? The people inside did not speak and heard a sound of silence. Did you fall? Alan frowned. The people inside still didn't answer him, and the rustle became louder. After the meeting, the air fell silent for a few seconds. Alan knocked again, his eyebrows slightly puckered. Pear. Half a minute later, the little girl finally opened the door, but only one head poked out, her cheeks hanging like red tomatoes, and her shredded hair stuck to her ruddy, watery lower lip. What happened to you just now? Alan asked. Anna was silent for a few seconds, just looking at Alan. Talk. Brother Alan. Suddenly, he heard her calling him. Alan can't remember when Anna started and seldom called him Brother Alan. Now she can only be heard when she is in Wen's old house. Alan is also deeply aware of Anna's temperament. Once she yells Brother Ellen for no reason, it's no good. Say. Alan rode. Anna gave her ruddy mouth a rare pouting and said pitifully, I have my period. Can Brother Alan help me buy a pack of sanitary napkins? The reason why Anna sent out a fairly loud H before, it's because she's most afraid of relatives coming at a critical moment. The first time I took the college entrance examination, it was because my relatives came to visit me. Then when I took the first two subjects, my stomach was uncomfortable, which affected her concentration. If it had waited for her to come back after the exam, she wouldn't have been so mad. At present, Anna searched in the bathroom for a long time, but she couldn't find a sanitary napkin. She remembered slowly that all the sanitary napkins were used up when she came to her last period, even in her bedroom. At such times, what else could she do? She could only turn to Ellen outside the door. The request fell, and she did not hear him agree, and Anna looked at him and cried out sweetly, Brother Ellen. Wait. He finally agreed and turned away. Anna pulled the door, panicking. As Ellen put on his shirt in the room, he suddenly felt that the scene was particularly familiar. Anna's menarche was at the age of 13, when she was just in her first year of junior high school. Even if she had common sense before, she got a fright and panicked when she faced it for the first time. At that time, she happened to be playing with Simeon at Wen's house. When something happened, Anna subconsciously went not to find Mrs. Wen, nor to find Aunt Jo and Aunt Zhang, but to find Alan, who was at home at that time. Alan brought two friends to the house. As soon as the cigarette in his hand was lit, he saw Anna trot to him with a pale face. But without saying anything, he looked at him with a pair of dark eyes. What's the matter? Alan clamped the cigarette down and twisted it out. There were two strangers next to her. Anna couldn't speak at all, so she could only hold Alan's sleeve. What's going on? Ellen pinched her face. Anna still said nothing and burst into tears. Alan's face immediately changed, and he asked her, Who bullied you? Anna shook her head. Little sister, who bullied you? Tell your brothers not to cry. Alan's friends thought Anna was very cute and gathered around. Anna stepped back and ran away. Ellen's eyes caught a small pool of purplish blood on the skirt behind her ass. Then, tight God, got up to chase. Although Anna is not a child of Wen's family, Wen Qishan has been spoiled by her granddaughter since she was born, so Wen's residence has a princess's room belonging to her. Anna ran into her room, and Alan soon followed. When he came in, Anna trotted over to close the door. Alan pulled her over and turned to the back to see what happened. Anna got a fright. Brother, what are you doing? What's the blood behind you? Alan frowned. Anna's eyes were red, and she finally said, I'm bleeding. Tears are not controlled, pattering down. It was also the first time that Alan faced the situation. He was slow for a few seconds before he understood the true meaning of her phrase, I bled. Don't cry. He touched her head and tried to coax. It's nothing. Anna sniffed and rubbed her tears away with Ellen's sleeve. Ellen took Anna to her little princess bed, whose quilt cover, sheets, and pillowcases were all pink, and sat down next to her, saying to her, Wait for your brother to come back. Anna nodded. So the first pack of sanitary napkins in Anna's life was bought for her by Alan. Alan went downstairs to the supermarket and walked, no stranger, to the women's supplies section. Because Anna used to have zero self-care ability, he knew more about the brand and type of sanitary napkin than other men. He soon found the brand Anna usually used and bought some for daily night use and extra long night use. Sir, is it for your girlfriend? Do you want to look at this brand? This brand is on sale these days. A salesman came up and said, Ellen, no, she only likes to use this brand. Anna sat on the toilet without her cell phone, waiting for Alan with her fingers in a bored way. I don't know how long it took, but I finally heard the sound of the door opening. After 2 or 3 minutes, the toilet door was knocked. Anna busy opened the door. Thank you. She took the bag from Alan. The period is a grinding goblin. When she sleeps at night, Anna can't sleep with pain. She turns left and right in bed, and even Alan can't fall asleep. Ellen made Anna a cup of brown sugar and ginger tea, but she didn't feel any better. Call the doctor to come and show you. Alan rode. Don't. Anna is used to being tortured by the goblin of her period. It hurts every time she comes to her period. It is useless for the doctor to see it. She's used to it. You help me rub my stomach. She turned and looked at Ellen. Anna's hair was thick, and a rub fell in front of Alan. The fragrance of shampoo was very strong. Anna didn't find her leaning on her side like this, and the spring color in her pajamas was squeezed too full. Alan restrained his gaze and resigned his palm to Anna's soft, warm belly. A few minutes later, with his eyes slightly raised, Alan saw that the little girl who had been whining was fast asleep, with rosy cheeks, slightly open lips, and even breathing. The next morning, Alan was wearing a tie and suddenly heard the alarm clock on Anna's bedside table shake. He looked at the time, and it was only 7:30 in the morning. Recently, it is the examination week. If there is no examination, it is equivalent to a holiday. He thinks Anna has her period and should be lazy. The alarm clock didn't wake Anna, and Ellen didn't call her. But 10 minutes later, the alarm clock on the bedside table shook again. This time, Anna finally woke up. She knocked off the alarm clock in a daze and retreated into the quilt. Sleepiness covered the whole little face. She stayed in bed, but still struggled to get up. When he came out of the room, Alan was getting ready to go out. Get up so early, Alan said. It's getting late. Why don't you call me? Anna complained. Your stomach doesn't hurt? Alan asked. It doesn't hurt now. Anna, who loves beauty, had to omit the makeup step during the exam week, pick it up casually, carry her school bag, and follow to the entrance to change her shoes. Alan dropped Anna off at school. Chung and Han Anren arrived at the library early. Anna was much later than them. Seeing that they had memorized the law, they were a little anxious. Halfway through the law, she felt more and more uncomfortable in her abdomen. Seeing her covering her stomach and looking sad, Chung Lixin said, What's wrong with you? Dysmenorrhea, said Anna. Chung Luo Xian. Do you want to eat ibuprofen? I have it in my bag. It hurts when I have my period. Just take 1 ibuprofen every time. Anna nodded. Yes. She usually seldom takes medicine to suppress dysmenorrhea because the doctor said there would be side effects, but now is not a special time. Chung Luoxin found the medicine from the bag and handed it to her. Do you have hot water? Anna, yes. Han Ronshua said. Why do you all have dysmenorrhea? I don't feel anything every time I come. Ibuprofen is indeed a magic medicine. If 1 tablet goes down, there will be no feeling. Anna starts to recite the law again. Why are you so slow? Chung Luo Xian found that Anna had not finished memorizing it for half a day. Again, and despised her. Anna didn't want to admit that her memory ability was not as good as Chung Ruoxin, saying, I am not in a special physical condition. Chung Luoxin didn't puncture her and said, "I'll teach you a trick to memorize the law."
What?
Han Ronxue also leaned in to listen. With the trick Chung Luo Xian said, Anna and Han Ronxue both found that the speed of endorsement was much faster. After getting along for a few days, Anna found that the reason why learning God became learning God was because she had studied for a long time and knew too much. Anna felt that she was in good health, because the day before the first exam was the last day of her vacation. However, due to the coming period, her review efficiency in the past few days has actually been greatly affected, which has led to some areas of private international law to be tested the next day. When I got home in the evening, I didn't even have time to eat the supper Alan bought her. It will be cold for a while. Alan said, "I'll finish here first," Anna said. Alan thought Anna was very interesting. She was usually unhurried and undisciplined. She would get chicken blood in the exam week. When he came out of the shower, Anna was still sitting on the carpet endorsing. Only one piece of almond crisp on the table was moved, and only 2 bites were taken. Alan left her alone and went to the sofa to get the phone that had been left there. During this short period of time when he was taking a shower, Assistant Su Xing sent him a document. Alan didn't go away, stood there, clicking on the document to look through. Legal circumvention, also known as legal fraud, refers to the deliberate change of the parties to a foreign-related civil legal relationship in order to achieve their own purposes. When Anna endorsed the book, she felt that she would recite it faster, so her mouth never stopped. She read it halfway, and suddenly had a meal. She flicked her eyelids and saw the tall Ellen standing there motionless with only a white bath towel. Not far away, Anna's eyes could clearly see the many hairs on his legs. Blink of an eye, Anna reached out and pulled one, then continued to endorse. Legal circumvention, also known as legal fraud, refers to the parties to foreign-related civil legal relations in order to achieve their own purposes, deliberately change the specific facts that constitute the connection point of the conflict between the court and the state, in order to avoid the application of the applicable law, so that its favorable law can be applied. Anna was ready to consolidate again. The next second, I felt my ear pulled down and heard Alan making a slow noise. His voice was low. It's not honest to recite a book. At 11:30 in the night, Anna thought Alan must have gone to bed, but when she went to the bedroom with the book, Alan was still awake. He was wearing a pale blue men's silk pajamas and was sitting by the bed reading the book, Sorrow in the Depth of History, on her bedside table. This is the famous book she selected for this week's reading. Anna didn't talk to Alan, left her private international law textbook in her hand, and went to the bathroom to take a bath. When he came out of the shower, Alan was still sitting at the head of the bed, reading the Sorrow in the Deep of History. Anna had her period a few days ago, and didn't wash her hair. She washed her hair today, and came out with wet hair. She found the hair dryer, took the international private textbook to the other end where Alan was lying, and stuffed the hair dryer to him. "Help me blow my hair. I'm too late. I have too much to memorize." 2 drops of water flung into Alan's chest. The man stopped talking. The little girl had already sat down by his bed, spread the book on her knee, and continued to endorse it with her mouth moving, her wet head facing him. Ellen had no choice but to plug in the hair dryer at her will. The hot wind quickly blew onto Anna's head. Anna felt that she was really a genius who saved time. Otherwise, if she blew it herself, she would not be able to finish it without blowing for 20 minutes at her speed. An alien with dual or multiple nationality shall have as its national law the law of the state in which he is domiciled or with which he has the closest connection. Anna was carrying her back and dripping along her chin onto her chest. Anna drew a piece of paper and wiped it. When you're done, pinch the paper into a ball and throw it on the bedside table. After more than 10 minutes, Anna felt that her hair should have been dried, and the buzzing voice finally stopped. As she was about to memorize the next point, there was a rush from the back of her neck. Alan kissed off without a word. Alan. Anna was stunned. There was a whirl, and she was picked up by Ellen and thrown on the bed. Anna didn't know that Alan had been enduring it for a few days during her period. Today her period was finally over, so naturally he couldn't let her go. "What do you want?" Anna asked him stupidly. Alan's handsome face was hidden by a large shadow against the overhead light, with a dark pupil and a heavy brow. His protruding Adam's apple rolled, and his voice was low. Call Brother Alan to listen. Chapter 10. Warming, Whine, a Little Guilty. Whenever Alan looks like a male dog, he becomes a human being, and Anna is used to it. At first, it was impossible for her to call out the Brother Alan. She didn't call out the name until her skin was soaked with sweat and the frequency was getting faster and faster. She surrendered. After that, Anna collapsed for 2 minutes, waiting for Alan to clean up, get up, and continue to endorse. She felt that she was too difficult. She had to take an exam the next day. She didn't finish memorizing the book, but she was squeezed dry like fruit. Alan is simply not human. One who is not a human being, after packing up the garbage they made, lay back on the bed and fished out the bedside table of Sorrow in the Depth of History. He seemed to be very interested in this book. Anna ignored him and continued to endorse it on the bed. Her legs cocked and shook. She was not in the same direction as Ellen, but with her head towards the end of the bed. Ellen looked up a little and could see her white feet moving around in front of her eyes. Anna, that pose, the skirt is basically off to the legs. Root, the direction he leans in, the view is excellent. Alan is a normal man. His wife is too beautiful and delicious. He may not bear the impulse to want her again. He pinched his eyebrows and couldn't read the book in his hand. He dropped the book back on the bedside table. He got up from the bed and said to Anna, "I'll go to the living room to watch TV." Anna didn't lift her head. Oh. When someone went out, Anna looked up and thought, "What time is it now?" And he still ran to watch TV. In Anna's impression, Alan is a very self-disciplined person, rarely stay up late. At present, the task is heavy, and she is only a little confused, holding the book and continuing to endorse it. Endorsement is really a curse that French students cannot escape every exam week because there will be questions with that kind of noun explanation. In case questions, the law involved must also be written out word for word. If you don't memorize it, it's useless to understand it alone. At 1 o'clock in the morning, Alan returned to his room from the living room. The people on the bed were lying upside down, with books on their stomachs, and had already fallen asleep. Anna's sleeping position is really not good-looking. The whole person is lying on the bed with her hair scattered like a female ghost. Ellen took the book off her belly and picked her up and put her into the right position. The little girl slept soundly, but whispered, and when he dropped the person on the bed, her pink eyelids were calm and serene, and she continued to sleep. The crystal lantern on the roof was turned off, and Alan went around to the other side of the bed by moonlight. The next day, Anna felt that she had not played well and scolded Alan several times in her heart. "I thought he'd wasted almost half an hour last night. Otherwise, she can learn more by heart, and this private international law may be able to win a 4.0. Anna has a total of 6 professional courses, almost 2 every day, which ended on Thursday. The completion of the last exam also means that Anna's college class career is finally over, and the senior year is basically only internship and graduation thesis. The rest of my undergraduate life will never encounter an exam week again. If Anna just finished these subjects and didn't fail in one subject." At the end of the painful exam week, Nia Shanshan suggested that everyone go to the bar to celebrate. Everyone agreed with both hands. Anna said, "Can I call Chung Luo Xian?" Han Ronxiue. "Yes, we have to call her up. It's really not easy for the bosses to take us 2 rookies during this period of time." Kong Yuan and Nia Shanshan knew that both of them had miraculously forged a friendship with Chung Luoxin during the review period during the exam week. Their relationship with Chung Luoxin on weekdays was not particularly good, but it was also good, so they had no opinion. The venue was not chosen near the school, but at the Junhuang bar near the Bund. Everyone discussed and went to the Bund together when it was enough. At 10 o'clock in the evening, the sun set, yellow faint in the sky. Anna's small apartment was ferried into a dark lair. After the test, Anna went home to catch up on her sleep and slept until 6 p.m. when she was woken up by the alarm clock. She stretched, as if rejuvenated, and sat down in front of the mirror to make up. Half an hour later, under the constant urging of Han Ronxiue in the roommate group of 4 fairies, Anna took her bag and hurried out. Chung Luoxin joined her roommates before she did. The 4 of them waited for her at the entrance of the subway station at the gate of Mingda University. When she arrived, Kong Yuan put his arms around her. Pear, you are late, so it's your treat tonight. Anna readily agreed. No problem. A group of people were so happy that they couldn't hide the excitement of the big money. Anna is used to being generous. Basically, she pays for every party. On the one hand, she does not lack money. She has millions of pocket money in a month. On the other hand, if she doesn't pay for everyone AA, considering the different economic conditions of the 3 roommates, it is generally impossible to go to 2 expensive places. However, she is a little princess and can't make do with it. We'll still be AA later. As a newcomer, Chung Luoxin, out of morality, said, let her eat and drink for nothing. She really doesn't have the face. Kong Yuan and Ye Shanshan looked at each other and did not speak. Han Ranshua said, oh, Shin. Pear said she was buying. She loosened Ye Shanshan's arm and ran over to hug Chung Luoxin. You don't know that Pear's family is very rich, do you? Our little consumption is not enough for her to buy lipstick for Pears, is it? Anna nodded. No need to be so honest. I know. Don't, but Shin, Pear didn't say anything. Han ran Snow away. After a moment of silence, Chung Luoxin said, all right. She was afraid that if she refused again, people would think she was melodramatic. By the time she got to the bar, she soon realized why the single had to be bought by Anna. Because Anna never looks at the price when ordering a list. Ordering a bottle of wine is tens of thousands of dollars. If this is AA, the scholarship she saved may be wasted in a few hours. Hey, there's a handsome guy over there. Kong Yuan took a picture of Han Ranshua, who had been suffering for a long time. Ye Shanshan raised his eyebrows. Let's play and guess the numbers. Whoever wins will need the contact information. Kong Yuan. I won't go, I have a boyfriend. Then don't play. I don't want to go either. Chung Luoxin told the truth that she could not do such a thing. Why, Shin has a boyfriend. Ye Shanshan gossip asked. Anna inserted a piece of fruit and cast her eyes curiously. No one is not curious about who their law school-like boyfriend is. Before, I heard that Luo Xian was in love with a senior graduate student of the Institute of Planning. During this period of time, she had been busy reviewing. She had never gossiped. Chung Luoxin also stayed with them to review. I didn't see the senior graduate student of the Institute of Planning came to see her. No. Chung Luo Xian wrote. I heard that you are not the one with the hospital. Chung Luoxin confessed. Broke up, I am now single dog. Is this handsome boy your dish? Han Ranshua asked with a smile. Not bad. He looks like Yuan Xingyu. Chung Luo Xian said. You like Yuan Xingyu too? Asked Anna. Yuan Xingyu is Anna's love bean. Chung Luoxin. Well, he works hard and is handsome. I prefer Luanjia. Kong Yuan interjected. Don't talk about Ada first. When the handsome boy leaves, let's get down to business first. Ye Shanshan said. Then come on, I'll play too. Said Anna. You married women also want to participate? Kong Yuan said. What happened to the married woman? Anna refused. Hurry up, the handsome boy will leave later. Ye Shanshan urged again. The handsome guy they took a fancy to has a really good appearance, clean appearance, fair skin, a blue short sleeve, black-rimmed glasses, and a calm temperament. He also looks like a college student. He was chatting and drinking with a friend at the bar. Ye Shanshan had glanced over there for the 3rd time. Coming. Kong Yuan did not participate, so as the one who wrote the number, she took out a piece of paper from her bag and wrote a number on it. Okay, 1 to 100. Which of you will come first? Han ran Snow first export. 42. Whole Yuan. 1 to 42. Ye Shanshan. 31. Whole Yuan. 31 to 42. It was so exciting so soon that Han Ranshua gave a wow. Everyone immediately looked at Anna. Anna's reaction is not big, casually said. 33. She didn't think her luck would be that good. Kong Yuan smiled and opened the paper on the table. It's you. There was a 33 on the note. Han Ranshua said. No, Shin hasn't even said yet. Anna, can I repeat? It was quite positive to join in the fun before, But it was her turn, and Anna flinched again. Nya Shanshan said, "No, Anna, don't you like people? I'll give you this opportunity." Nya Shanshan, "No, thank you. My failure means that I have no predestination with him. I don't want to be handsome." Finally, Anna, a married woman, walked towards the handsome man. The black frame was chatting with his friend when he saw his friend raising his eyebrows at him as if to signal what was behind him. The black frame went back to the head. This time, my eyes must have looked back. A girl in a light orange puff-sleeved floral dress seemed to be walking towards him, her eyes generous and not hiding. Anna thought to herself, playing games and admitting defeat, she needs a contact information and has a pure mentality. "Hello, handsome boy." Walking to each other, Anna said hello with a smile on her face. She did not know how coquettish her pure-looking face smiled, turning all beings upside down. The black frame felt a dry throat, and he pushed his glasses. "Hello," Anna said. "Can I add a wee chat to you?" The man next to the black frame gave a slight laugh, and he quickly took a sip of wine, as if he wanted to hide his look at the drama. The ears of the black frame were slightly red and said, "Yes." He pulled the phone out of his pocket. "Will you sweep me, or will I sweep you?" The black frame looked down at Anna's bright little face and asked. Anna said, "I sweep you." The black frame said, "Yes," and opened WeChat's two-dimensional code to Anna. Anna scanned it with her mobile phone. "You came alone?" Black frame opening asked. "No, I came with my friends over there." Anna pointed down. The black frame saw that there was a table full of girls. The girls were looking at them. The smile on their faces seemed to reveal something at once. What did he react to? He stared at Anna, his lips lightly hooked. "Did you lose the game?" You can see it." Anna said so, but her bright little face was not embarrassed at all. The black frame was stuck in the pocket with one hand, leaning halfway on the bar, her eyes locked on Anna, and she smiled and said, "I don't mind if you lose a few more times." Anna was slightly stunned. She was not interested in being provocative. She was really fond of playing and took part in the game. She naturally could not cheat if she lost the game. When the task was completed, she could not answer the words and said, "Goodbye, handsome boy." The black frame had long seen her simple purpose, but she was more interested, and her lips were tilted. "Goodbye." Soon after Anna left, the friend beside the black frame attached to his ear and said something. Anna headed straight for the big troop's back, halfway, her eyes a meal. On the second floor, a tall and straight man stood there with a suit jacket on his arm. The light of the bar was dim. His handsome facial features fell in the shadow. His head was slightly off. His eyes were dark. His eyebrows seemed to be picked up, and he looked at her. "Deep fundus, there are some good leisure." This look, but see Anna born some guilty. Why did he come to Junhuang today? When did you stand there? Anna thinks she didn't do anything to tell people's business is to ask a handsome boy for his phone number, even if he saw him all the way. Pretending not to see each other, Anna's little face in delicate makeup was slightly calm and went on. Out of the corner of the eye saw the man slowly down the steps. That's when Anna was hit by a woman hurrying by holding a glass of wine. The woman returned, full of apologies. I'm sorry, are you all right?" A few drops of wine spilled on Anna's skirt. Her beautiful dress suddenly had two more darker colors. Although it is not obvious if you don't look closely, Anna, a delicate-looking patient, still has some eyebrows. However, the other party apologized sincerely. Anna didn't care much and waved. "It's okay." She was going to go to the toilet to deal with it herself. Her sight caught that Kong Yuan had two more men at their table. One of the two men looked familiar to her. Is it Qingyong? Why did everyone come to Junhuang today? It was only a second before she met Alan. However, compared with Alan, she hated to meet this Qingyong. Suddenly, she actually put the two men together. Qingyong was nothing. He couldn't get close to Alan. Anna wanted to think, fold back towards Kong Yuan and them. Have money to order such expensive wine with classmates, and have no money to honor Lao Zi. Chung Yong recently climbed to Mingqing to be a footman of a small rich second generation. Today, he helped the small rich second generation to come to Junhuang to do something. I didn't expect to meet his good sister Chung Loksan in such a place. Seeing Chung Yong speak so harshly, Nya Shanshan frowned. Who are you? Me who? I'm her brother. Chung Yong played around. Chung Luoxin, with a cold face, said lightly, I don't know him. Hey. Chung Yong grabbed Chung Luoxin's face. The wings are hard. Even the brother don't recognize? What? Do you think my brother is humiliated? The two strange men who suddenly rushed and didn't look good. Han Ranxue stood up from his seat and tried to be tough. You don't do anything, believe it or not. We call the police. Little sister, don't worry. I am really her brother. Her name is Chung Luo Xian, right? You should all be bright, right? Chung Yong hook lip rode. He knows everything. Kong Yuan's eyes had to fall on Chung Lixin. Han Ranxue asked, Shin, is he really your brother? Chung Yong's ruffian smiled. Isn't that nonsense? She and I came out of the same womb. Fuck off. Chung Ruoxin was not soft-tempered. She was forced to be anxious, and her temper was not much better. She pushed Chung Yong away. I don't even know how to shout when I see my brother. What's the use of reading well? I don't even recognize my brother. Chung Yong looks like a rogue. At this time, smelling a fragrant wind, someone slapped him in the face. Chung Yong was stunned. Not only Chung Yong, but all the people at this table were stunned. Suddenly appeared in the line of sight of the woman, a nifty and pure light orange puff-sleeve skirt, white and beautiful skin, a pair of big eyes black and bright, lip color water brim, at this time the moving face with cold, proud princess, as if incarnated into a domineering queen. I have never seen such a disgusting person as you. Anna glared at Chung Yong. The people Anna met in her life were not all kind and good people, and there were also some people who were not happy with Anna, but it was the first time she had seen such a big person like Chung Yong. Such people exist in society. It is a waste of air. When he was suddenly slapped, Chung Yong was burning his heart, but when he saw clearly the person who slapped him, the interest welled up in his brain, just like taking drugs. Yo, where's the little beauty? Little beauty, if you slap your brother again, he will be willing. Chung Yong is playing around. The movement here attracted the attention of many people, including the black frame that was still drinking at the bar. The black frame looked at Chung Yong as if he were flirting with Anna and lifting his feet to prepare for the past. However, his sight caught a man with mature and expensive temperament walking there a few steps ahead of him. Come on, slap again. Anna just stared angrily. What do you think is cute? If she didn't do it, Chung Yong wanted to grab Anna's wrist. Chung Luo Xian suddenly rushed over and hit Chung Yong's face with the bag like crazy. I've had enough of you. Chung Luo Xian seldom loses control like this. For Chung Yong's badness, she has been numb since she was a child. She has always responded with a kind of indifference. In the face of such a flesh-and-blood person who may not be able to get rid of for a lifetime, she has long lost her struggle. The only thing she can do is to become a better self. Chung Yong can't pull it back. But today maybe because of drinking wine, or maybe Anna to help her with the slap, Chung Luoxin has no longer one to endure. Kill you. Chung Luo Xian's hand was not light at all. The men next to Chung Yong were stunned and stayed for a while before they thought about going up to stop and pulling Chung Luo Xian away. Chung Yong got up and tried to pull Cheng's hair, but the bar security came to stop him. The scene was chaotic for a time, and Anna subconsciously backed away a little, then felt her bump into a firm, cold chest, turned her head, and her eyes filled Alan's emotionally handsome face. She froze slightly, her back straight. Subconsciously trying to move away, there was a force on her waist, and Ellen hugged her back. She looked up at him, and could only stay in front of him. Chung Yong over there was quickly detained by the security, including his friends who wanted to leave, but were also stopped by the security, and were also detained. After a while, Jun Huang's manager heard the sound. He seemed to recognize Alan. His face suddenly changed. He didn't even ask what had happened just now. He angrily instructed several people to come and take Chung Yong and his friends away. He was out of sight, and then made amends to Alan. When Alan appeared beside Anna, everyone noticed him. Kong Yuan recognized at a glance that Alan had given a speech at the school on the 80th anniversary of Ming University. Because of the special situation now, they did not ask more questions. Alan said very little all the way. When the manager said Anna decided to give the table a free order because of the situation just now, he only gave a faint, voice. In this way, everyone is certainly not in the mood to go on. Alan said, "Pear, come home with me." Anna originally wanted to say, "I want to go back with my roommates and them," but she did not dare to take it off her eyes to Alan. When Alan's face is cold, it's really scary. "Are you Pear's roommates?" Alan glanced at the children standing not far away and asked. Ra Rangshu nodded. Aha. No one understood her excitement better, for she was the only one present who knew the true relationship between Alan and Anna. No matter how young Alan is, he can't cover the aura he exudes. His age is a lot worse than the students who haven't graduated yet. He has a mature temperament and is dignified and self-born. Basically, when he asks anything, several children answer obediently. "All live in school?" Alan then said, "I'll take you back together." Several people paused. Han Ranshua said, No, uncle." She almost bit off her tongue. "Well, it's still early. We can take the subway back. We won't bother you. Just send Pears." Alan's voice fell flat. To send. Just two simple words, as if with the elder's unique majesty and cannot be disobeyed. Anna's friends did not dare to refuse for a while. Alan called a friend as he walked out of the bar with Anna in his arms, considering that his car could not hold so many people. Today, he originally came to Junhuang to meet a friend who had not returned from abroad for a long time, who knew that the friend had not seen him yet. First, he saw his own little girl asking other members of the opposite sex for WeChat outside. Then, he saw her slap another member of the opposite sex like a fierce lion. Today, she gave him a lot of surprises. The car thing was quickly settled and Alan's driver went to get the keys. Alan arranged for Anna's roommates and Chen to take his friend's car and told the driver, Mr. Chen, to take the people to Mingda while Anna took his car. Han Ranshua didn't feel much coy and got into Alan's friend's Lamborghini. Old Chen started the train before Alan. When he passed Alan's car, Han Ranshua and Nya Shanshan both excitedly poked their heads out to say goodbye to Anna. Anna waved to them. Staring at the tail of the car staring away, Anna's mind came up with the scene of Cheng Luo Xian's crazy beating of Cheng Yong. She was a little uneasy and sent a WeChat to Han Ranshua privately. "Anna, don't ask Cheng about his brother. Go back to school and take her to a good meal. It's my treat." Han Ranshua quickly replied, "Well, Yuan and Sugiyama are not the kind of people who talk too much. Don't worry." Han Ranshua, however, that rogue gangster is really Shin's brother? Anna, no. Han Ranshua, ? Han Ranshua, he doesn't deserve it. After a few seconds, Han Ranshua, reconsideration. Han Ranshua, by the way, thank your husband for us. God, I sat on lawn for the first time. Bakaini, is so domineering. I feel that the seat cushions are fragrant. Han Ranshua was still excited. It's so happy to talk about friends with a little rich woman. Han Ranshua, no, it's making friends, not talking about friends. Anna, you have enough, huh? Anna was chatting with Han Ranshua. In the quiet car, the man asked in a low voice, "Are you chatting with the little white face in the bar? What's he talking about?" Anna was slow for a few seconds before she realized who he meant by Gigoro. "You mean the black-framed, Sven handsome guy? The somebody else's face is really quite white." If at ordinary times, Anna would have deliberately sung a countertune with Alan, but now she is a little clever and honest. She explained, "Don't get me wrong. I only asked people for WeChat when I lost a game with my friends." It was good to say that Alan was here today, otherwise her slap would not have been so confident. She had not provoked that kind of gangster. Alan seemed to just ask who can casually. His eyes fell on her hand, stretched out his hand and squeezed her hand in the past. His handsome face faded a few minutes to keep people away, and his eyebrow bone moved slightly. "Will you hit people again?" Anna said, "It's my friend's brother who has gone too far. He deserves it." Anna is a little princess who is spoiled by both the Xiao family and the Wen family. She has never been patient with any uncomfortable things she meets since she was a child. Such a disgusting person appears under her eyes to tell her how she can bear it. Is he your friend's brother? Alan asked. Yes, but he has a completely different personality from my friend. My friend is excellent in learning and has a good personality, but his brother loves to gamble and loses. Anna sounded a meal. Why not say? Anna frowned. I promised her not to say it. Oh, my mouth. Anna is very chagrined. Alan was not very interested in Anna's friend. She did not continue to say anything. He did not ask again. Holding Anna's hand, he pressed the soft flesh of her palm with his finger abdomen. His voice was warm and heavy. Does your hand hurt?